It's Movie Time is brought to you by the Gateway Film Center, 1550 North High Street, Columbus, Ohio. Further details and showtimes online at gatewayfilmcenter.org.
The award-winning It's Movie Time is produced by John DeSando. Listen to the shows and read reviews online at WCBE.org.
I'm John DeSando.
I'm Wayne Miller.
This is It's Movie Time.
It is Movie Time.
Wayne?
Yep.
All right, we know yesterday the nominations for the Oscars came out. We're not dealing with nominations here. We're dealing with winners today.
Yeah, we were.
the Golden Globes and the Central Ohio Film Critics Association.
Yep.
They're winners.
We're going to talk about that, and not, as Entertainment Weekly called it appropriately so, Oscars crazy, crowded gold rush. And it is crazy and
it
crowded.
Is good.
Yes.
And it's a good year. And evidenced by the fact that the Golden Globes gave the best comedy to The Martian. The Martian.
Yes.
What do you think?
Yes, I know. I think well-deserved, too.
As a comedy? No, we can't take the Golden Globe that seriously.
Well, I think so. Who knows? But they divide. That's what's kind of confusing about the Golden Globes sometimes to some people. Some of the categories, probably what they consider the important ones, they divide it like picture, actor, actress. They divide between drama and comedy. It's the same thing when they come out with the Emmy Awards for TV, and they've got comedy, and so there's always kind of like a debates going on. Okay. Should it be comedy? Should it be a drama? But then, fortunately, they do have a just strictly director, supporting actress. So at least, this way it's kind of like a kid's soccer game. Everybody gets an award, it seems like. Especially now that so many go with, instead of top 5 movies, top 10 movies.
Yeah.
So that they can bring in some of the bigger blockbusters like the Mad Max Fury Road or the new Star Wars movie, that sort of thing.
Well, that's good. Yeah, that's an interesting take. Somebody asked me that question. I said I thought it was so that they could have more indies.
Yeah,
but that's true too, right?
That's true too. Yeah.
Anyway, more motion pictures. But let's look at, say, best supporting actor.
Okay, and this one, I'd say anything that thrills me about the movies this past year, it's old guys like us, John, that made a hit back in the nearly 40 years ago, in the mid-70s. You look at Harrison Ford with the Star Wars, but particularly now, Sylvester Stallone with Creed.
You got it.
And I think that's, it's a good field. It's a good overall group of folks, especially one who is a real up-and-coming actor, and they're thinking about him for the next James Bond, and it's Idris Elba.
Yeah.
And Beast of No Nation.
But that's not. They're trying with that, Wayne. It's not coming through.
Yeah.
It's just not getting enough press. But all right, so we love Stallone, and that was a Golden Globe. Now the COFCA had Benicio del Toro, which I thought was strange. I thought he was okay in Sicario, but but I'm a member of that group.
And I just saw that recently, and I thought he was very good.
Oh, he's got
excellent.
The charisma, man.
But also another one, Bridge of Spies, one that we reviewed here for It's Movie Time with Mark Rylance, and I think he did such a low-key role. But a lot of people I've talked to, and they think that they were surprised by the depth that Stallone brought to Creed.
Yeah, right.
So I'm glad to see that.
The other one, I'll just say in passing, that COFCA had nominated as a runner-up and Best Supporting Actor was Oscar Isaac.
Yes.
And he is an up-and-comer, man. He can even play in Star Wars.
But boy, he's very, very good.
All right.
I like him.
Best Supporting Actress.
Well, Golden Globes gave it to Kate Winslet for Steve Jobs, and I think COFCA, our girl, who I really love, Alicia Vikander.
Yeah, and she was a big winner for COFCA. But I'll tell you, Winslet. I saw Winslet and Steve Jobs.
Yes.
Excellent performance, as well as Michael Fassbender, who I'm afraid is not going to come through for me when he's really probably was my favorite of the year. But anyway,
Okay,
all right, I'm
yeah.
getting ahead of us.
Okay, yeah, you are. But we shouldn't count out one, Jennifer, Jason Lee there for The Hateful Eight.
Yes.
Oh, jeez. I mean, talk about somebody who could inhabit a
Oh, my.
gritty, dirty role
Right.
like her.
Definitely needed dental
Yeah.
work.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, what do we have next? I guess we start with the Globe and go over to Kafka. But
Okay, what do you want to do? Let's do actress.
okay, good.
Let's do actress, because you talk about a field that's really wide open. You know, Carol, the movie Carol alone provides two excellent contenders there, Rooney Mara and Kate Blanchett.
Yes,
And,
yes. Now the one I'm putting my money on this year,
yeah,
sweeping them all.
yeah.
Brie Larson and
Brie
Room.
Larson, I think she's kind of this year's new Jennifer Lawrence. You know how Lawrence really came on the scene
Yeah,
there.
you're right.
And Brie, though, I mean, you know, in Room, I mean, a devastating portrayal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She lacks Lawrence's oomph.
Yeah.
You know, that's the problem. I mean, Lawrence's was made for the screen and to promote and so on, and Larson is understated.
Yeah, which I kind of like.
Oh, I
You
do
know,
too.
I
Yeah.
like that too, but we shouldn't count out, and of course, and some of them are also talking about Vikander for the Danish Girl. You know, is a
Yes, yeah.
possibility on that one,
Good
too.
call. Yeah. All right, actor.
Actor, I would.
Oh.
I think if anything's a hands down, they're calling it any sure, even though in a field of strong contenders, but Leonardo DiCaprio, you know, getting mauled and chewed on by a bear, I think deserves
Somebody,
something there.
I was reading somewhere, movies are so great that they considered that bear's attack a sexual attack.
Yes, yeah, I know. It's kind of like, wow. You know,
Anything goes. Anything goes.
Yeah, it's.
But Leo's time has come.
Yep.
I personally have reservations when an actor has only about 15 lines in a movie,
Yeah.
and that's true of The Revenant. But he grunts better than anybody.
And he suffered for the role. He suffered for it.
But
so
when
much.
I look at the job that Michael Fassbender did
Yeah.
in Steve Jobs,
Yeah.
there is a
Well,
classic.
and you can't count out certain ones like a favorite, because he was a favorite for TV Emmys, but Bryan Cranston. You know, Trumbo, you know, we got such a strong field. Will Smith, I think any other year.
Too understated though.
But still,
but you're
I
on
like
with
that,
Trumbo.
though.
You're on with Trumbo, and Trumbo is not making headlines in these awards.
Yeah.
I can't figure that out.
Others, though, that we shouldn't count out, Matt Damon and The Martian, you know, but also another one, and you can't count out a lot of times, especially if about Oscars, if we're thinking about that, they like repeat winners, and Eddie Redmayne.
Oh,
there for
yeah,
the
same
Danish
old
Girl.
role, though, Danish Girl.
Yeah.
Same as the theory of everything.
But I think you can't count out a dark horse, but I think if anything that's going to be almost a hands down winner is going to be DiCaprio. Okay, we kind of beat up on all those. How about director? I think once again, you know, an indie type of film like Todd Haynes, you know, with Carol could pull it out, but could it be? Or Tom McCarthy for Spotlight?
Now there you see, there's where my money is, but I'm going to tell you, you're heading toward what I'm thinking is going to happen.
Going with somebody who's been around for quite a while, and something a more big money making type of movie like Mad Max, George Miller.
Okay, George Miller.
I think I'd kind of like to see that, but
here we are. Look at how how powerful the Oscars are.
yes,
We're doing Globe and COFCA,
Yes.
and we can't keep ourselves
No.
from talking about.
yeah,
the
that's
Oscars.
true. Well, you know, Globes gave it to for the Revenant.
Yeah, Inarito and
Kafka
did.
Yeah, your kind of favorite, I think, Tom McCarthy for
Yeah.
Spotlight.
Yeah.
And I think that it could probably be that one, McCarthy for Spotlight. It's a type of movie I think that would probably would make it, and I could directorial tour de force with Mad Max Fury Road.
Yeah.
And then there's some other oldie but goodies out there. That's like Ridley Scott, you know, for The Martian.
Yeah. Oh boy, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why it's a really strong field.
Yep.
And that's why for Best Picture.
Yes, now this is where it's going to get very interesting. COFCA, okay, of course, they listed out I assume in order of what they like, the top 10 movies, and they had Spotlight as number 1. Interesting, and I think it's going to be a sure thing for animated film Inside Out.
Yes,
that one.
for animated film.
Right.
Kafka's a little strange. We had it in second place. Ordinarily, you don't get an animation in second place.
But Spotlight, there's probably a groundswell for something like the Revenant.
Boy, I'm feeling it, man. I think you're on. Our audience should know that Wayne notoriously wins free tickets to movie theater up in Michigan.
That was decades ago. My picks have not been very successful.
Well, I think it's been a tough field. 2 years ago, I was on the Fox and I nailed every one of the winners.
Yep.
Last year I did not.
Yeah.
And this year is going to be the same thing. I'm not.
They've got some strong movies up there, and who knows? It could be something a wild card. Especially since they can go up to the top 10. I think last year they just had 9.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
but I think, Wayne, that what I sense from you and also what I'm feeling is there's a movement for Revenant.
Yes.
That I'm really feeling, and although to me, Inarritu winning again after he won last year for Birdman, that wouldn't. But the movie people,
could it be
is
this year's Braveheart? Something.
Oh,
that,
yes.
You see a lot of kind of a historical period type of piece, and the leading man suffering so much. Another one along that line, Dances with Wolves.
Oh, right,
Could be something like
Look
that.
at you. Look at us. Here we are. We dedicate our show to Golden Globe and Kafka, and we end up talking about
Who cares? We want to talk about what we want to talk about.